I'm Ozzie Perez. I own Tread Bike Shop. We're located in Inwood, Uptown Manhattan. And we've been here 17 years. We were across the street for 8 years, and we're just completing our 9th year here at the shop where we are now. And we're a full service repair shop. We sell, repair, we rent. Anything you could think of with cycling, we could do it. We could repair your basic 12-inch wheel juvenile bike up to a $10,000 electronic shifting fancy tri-bike. We pretty much have everything covered. We're not perfect at everything, but we do a really great job. I guess that's why we've grown so much. In the past 6 years, we started renting bikes, and that really blew up because of our location. We're very close to the New York City Greenway, the West Side Trail, which goes all the way down to the World Trade Center. And that's a big deal for people. It's a beautiful ride. And yeah, we're just here, meeting everybody's cycling needs. We take care of regular cyclists, commuters, people who race. And it's been fun. I mean, you're dealing with bicycles. How can it be bad? Yeah, over time, we have changed a lot. We've been paying attention to what's selling, what's not selling. For example, the rentals. We started with like 6 bikes. People were asking, so we said, hey, let's try it. And that really grew as we showed people. The trail, for example, a lot of people uptown didn't even know the trail existed. And again, the Latin community started seeing the value in, hey, let me go for a ride with my child, not just so much, oh, cycling's for children. We had older people coming in, grandparents going for a bike ride with their child. So we grew in from 6 bike rentals to 12 bikes, and now we have about 50 bikes in our bike fleet. We went through tough times, and in tough times, you can't be so rigid in imagining what you want to do and what your business is all about. We recognize that as customers came through the store asking for things that we weren't doing or we weren't offering, we would think, maybe this is a revenue, a way to generate more money. Let's try that. Because if you're really rigid about your thoughts and what your businesses are, you could lose a whole bracket of revenue. So you always have to be flexible. You can't just say, this is what we're gonna do, and that's it. Like if we created our bike shop to be only race bikes, $4,000 to $10,000 bikes, we'd be closed in a couple of years. I heard about SBDC via mail, and then I turned to one of my employees. I remember one of my employees was standing next to me, and I said, hey, look at this. And they said, oh yeah, they came in and they left that before. That's about this. And then I was like, I got a little curious, and I actually told myself, what could they tell me about my business? I've owned it, 15 years at that point, 16 years. But out of curiosity, I called up to ask them what it was all about. And the person on the phone broke it down to me, and I found that this might be something that I could take advantage from, I can learn from. They kind of explained to me what their angle was in teaching me how to look at my business and not be in the business working. Like I could get wrapped up in the day doing things that my staff could do, and I just don't delegate it because I want it done at the moment. And the way they explained it was, they will give me a way to look at my business and work on it and not work in it, and change things and make different parts of the business grow by putting other people to do it and watch it grow and see what happens, and not just be involved in it and wrap yourself up in the day-to-day. That's one of the biggest things I'm gonna say I'm taking away from the program at the moment. I've only been in the program for the first quarter. It's gonna be 2 years, this program. And from what I've learned already, and I'm real curious to know what's coming, because it has changed my view in the store. I want to say something funny. When my wife dropped me off at the campus, and I walked into the campus, and I felt kind of funny, 45-year-old guy with a book bag, and I'm walking into a school campus, and it was really cool on the first class, the second class. And I have a lot of friends, and a lot of my friends are entrepreneurs. They all have a lot of them have their own businesses. And as I told them, I didn't even tell them when it was starting. I told them when I started already. And they were like, you're what? You're like in school at Columbia? And I'm like, yeah. And they made fun of me for the first couple of times. And although we would get together and I would tell them things based on, I'm a bike business, they're a bar, or they're like automotive accessories, and I would say things, and now all of a sudden they're like, oh, when's the program starting? You think you could put me down? I want to get down with that. And I was like, oh, all of a sudden now you want to know. You want to know what I'm learning, right? And it's funny, but again, it's business. It's not your business. They're not showing me how to sell a bike. They're showing me the whole back process, how to run the whole entire store. And that's where the biggest value is. That's where I find that I'm so happy to get out of my car and put on my book bag and walk to class and sit there with the staff and with the other businesses. It's very, very cool.